everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is just a quick one. This is basically an update on a new rig essentially. I'm starting to build anyway, to say the least. This is the MSI X570 gaming board. I'll give you a quick run through it. I'm not going to list the specs, instead I'm going to just show you the specs on the website, just due to the fact that off the top of my head I couldn't remember all the different features and stuff. So this is the Gaming Pro Carbon. I will attempt to do this without probably damaging the motherboard. So this is going to be fun. So yeah, so this is the Gaming Carbon Pro. This is the MPG X570 Gaming Pro Carbon Wi-Fi. Now this is an X570 board. Now these boards are expensive as, I'm not going to swear. Let's just say they are extremely expensive, and this is a mid-range board at best. This is, I think this is about the fourth in the stack. I think the first board you can get it's about £180 in the UK. As you can see, I haven't even taken the plastic off yet. Essentially, so this one was there's a Wi-Fi one, a similar model that's less than this. Is about £209, I believe. But I'll just give you a quick tour of it so you can see it for yourself. This will be based around the new Ryzen 3000 build, and I will just try and make this so you can actually see all the connections and stuff like that. And also you can actually there's an offer on, I believe on Gigabyte have got an offer as well, and MSI have got an offer. So if you register the boards while stocks last, and I will admit it was a complicated process to do it, because you literally have to I had to take every picture under the sun, register in it, and then register all the different serial numbers. So it was a little bit of a ball ache, if I'm honest about it, but hopefully, and again it's while stock lasts, so just keep that in mind. Basically you can get yourself a this board's on one of the eligible boards that's on the lower end CPU. They're coolers, so basically they're offering Cooler Master AIO coolers. So, but I'll bring that up on the website so you can see it for yourself. But I mean, basically, it's a nice looking board. I will show you the actual pictures on the website, and I'll even show you the promotional offer. Assuming it's still running, I believe it is. Here are the specs. I'd never remember it all off the top of my head, so normally I go ASUS, always. But the ASUS board, ironically, it's just dropped in price actually. The ASUS board was 260 quid, I think it was. And these boards are, from what I understand, they're far more expensive because they're PCI Gen 4. From what I understand, your current Gen 3 doesn't even saturate your graphics, your PCI Express, I guess you could call it port, I guess, for your graphics card. So it's not really necessarily needed. What is needed is, well, it's not needed, but what is good to have is that these new gens have got extremely fast transfer speeds, as long as you've got a module that's actually PCI 4.0, I believe. But I'm not I don't know the full sort of technical stuff of it, so but I wanted to build a new build anyway, to be honest. So I'm still running an X5, I'm going mad. A B350 board currently. This has got Wi-Fi built into it as well, as you can see from the antenna, which is always nice to have. RGB cables, and if I can, I'll see. There is a. Are we on the? Yeah. Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay. Like the Meg, I mean, these boards go up to about 600-700 quid, which is insane. So yeah, so on the promotion, oh boy. So it's ironic. Normally, I used to sort of moan a bit about how expensive the Intel boards are, but god damn, like, have they sold out of the other? Here we go, this is the offer. So basically, this has been on hot deals quite a lot, so I imagine if you shop for it, I imagine you'll see it. So basically, the Godlike and the Ace and the Prestige are like 400 or 500 quid. I think the Godlike is about £600-700, which is just, I'm sorry, but that's just ridiculous for a motherboard. But oh, so the other one, the cheapest MSI board, I was wrong, isn't on here for that offer. But basically, the Pro Carbon and the Edge. So you get this. This is essentially they will send you a freebie cooler while stocks last, but they didn't give me any kind of time frame on when that would be. So it would be, I imagine, a while before I'll even receive it. So, but it's a nice thing to have, I suppose. I understand that Gigabyte also have they had some offers on their Aorus Pro, I believe it was. So yeah, but these boards ain't cheap. So, and you can technically update the BIOS on your older 4 series or even 3 series boards, but it's just the extras bits they've got would make it a little bit nicer to have. But my recommendation personally would be just to go for a B450 board or whatever you're running. Try and update the BIOS and then see where you go with it, because the new processors are significantly faster. In fact, they're so fast now that Intel have actually had to drop their prices ever so slightly. So, but you know, Intel's still a viable option. It's just nice that the competition is so it's so competitive at this point that you really, you've really got such a choice. Depends what you're doing with your PC. If it's gaming, video production, that kind of thing. For me, I'm still running a 1700X on my current rig, as you can see. There are a few things I didn't do right on this system, and I've also ordered my new case, which is another Fantex P600S, I think it's called, and this is the 400S. It's nice enough. Now, again, that's a Cooler Master AIO cooler on there. So 1070 Ti, pretty good card, and glowing RAM, that sort of stuff. So usual sort of stuff that's really gimmicky, really you don't honestly really need. And there is an SSD in the back of it as well. So yeah, so yeah, it's I'm looking forward to it, especially this Fantex case. And that's my cat. I apologise if you can hear that. Anyway, that's the board, and that's that. I just thought I'd give an update on. Hopefully, I'll probably do a video on all the parts when I've got all the parts, but I'm not in any rush to get it done straight away. So I'm just buying bit by bit. It's not exactly super rich or anything. So, but I did the last build. It took me ages to put it together. So, but few things mistakes I made on the last board I don't really want to make with this one, such as this. On my last board, I took it out to clean it, and I actually bent the pins, which was slightly terrifying, if I'm honest, given the fact that I I got lucky. I bent the pins, not like really badly, but literally it could have been worse. I actually was able to bend the pins back in place again, so that wasn't so bad, but I was crapping myself, because even now, I mean, the processor's still about 170 quid last time I checked. But yeah, so I kind of got lucky there, if I'm honest about it. But you live and learn. So, and luckily, I was able to, using a drawing pin, I was able to sort of bang the or hit the pins back into place. They're only ever so slightly bent, but yeah, it was a slightly terrifying ordeal, to say the least. So I'll be going extremely careful with this board, given the fact this board costs way more than my previous one has. I'll just give you a quick tour. I don't think there's anything. I think I've shown most of it on the actual website, but driver CD. Now, most people don't use this, which fair enough, but also tend to remember that if your internet provider isn't exactly reliable, they are handy to have, even though they're not the most up-to-date thing. Got a little case badge. I think it's I think it's a case badge. Little book. Not bad. I think MSI. I had a GTX 970 for many years on MSI, and it was pretty reliable. I really no complaints on MSI products. But I've never bought an MSI motherboard, so I've heard different sort of mixed things depending on what platform. That's good. They've got an installation guide there and what platform it is. What we got here? So that's your Wi-Fi, I think. Yeah. Wi-Fi. More cables. Probably the RGB LED strips. And I have noticed one thing. I will say quickly. Sorry if you can't see. That's SATA. The lighting is sort of bouncing off the box a bit. Looks like another RGB LED. I'm not 100% sure what that is. Oh, it might be another RGB, and M2 dot screws for your M2 little drives. They're quite neat, those M2 drives, but they are just to say a touch more expensive than the normal SATA's SSDs you get. Normal solid-state hard drives. I did notice one thing I've just realised. The I/O plate is actually already installed. That's kind of cool, because I, as a general, always forget to put these things in. So, but yeah. So that is the X570 Gaming Pro Carbon Wi-Fi. This board is... Let's have a look a minute, just so I'm correct, because this board has actually gone down in price since I bought it. Was it last week or the week before? So let's just check a minute, shall we? So use the fingers. From what I've read, though, that the B450 boards from MSI last generation were excellent. Why are that putting PG in? That's intelligent. Nice one. Oh, so it is still 259. I thought it was. And there's the other one. I don't actually know what the difference is in terms of VRMs and stuff, so there's a cheap board, 168. Yeah, that's another one in consideration. Yeah, but if you've got a current board and you're looking at like this generation of Ryzen, and you're not prepared to spend the money, which is fair enough because these are expensive boards. I mean, personally, I wouldn't have actually considered it myself, but I made some mistakes with my previous build from a few years back, and I've been wanting to change a few things anyway. But yeah, so 259. So it is expensive, but the performance gains are quite decent performance improvements. I've got 3200 memory. The best I can get is 3066. I think that's as fast as it would go in terms of RAM speed. It won't boot, it'll just crash, and then I'll have to go back into the BIOS and mess around with the settings. But yeah, so anyway, this is just a quick update video on a new build, essentially. And I'm sure the processors are going in price though. Yeah, the 3700X, which is basically 2 generations ahead of what I'm currently running, that was 299 last time I checked. It's gone up to 320. Yep, that was the 1300X is that was 479 the other week. So that's definitely shot up in price as well. I think they were saying something about they've got some supply problems or something. Which is like, I mean, come on, supply problems, really? Get on this AMD, because you've got a good thing going here, and at the moment Intel have got nothing to react with at the moment. So, you know, but it's a competitive time. I think the best, the i9, I think that's gone down to, yeah, there it is. I'm sure that had gone down in price last time I checked. Yeah, it's dropped a little bit. Because last time I saw the i9 with 9900K was was it £500? Something like that. It's a lot of money, but that processor will get you up to about 5 GHz. But and the Intel still have a slight IPC advantage, not major, but it is there. So yeah, but in multitasking, AMD have just literally, from what I've seen, most of the benchmarks, they do a lot better in multitasking. But you know, AMD were always known as the budget end of things, and that's not such the case anymore. It's starting to change a bit with what's happening in the industry and stuff. So there's some you know, interesting things going on. Anyway, I've rabbited on for long enough, and I hope you find this video informative in some way or another. Anyway, thanks for the time, and goodbye.